All right. Well, let's get right into it. We missed last week because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about, to be honest. But there is more stuff to talk about now. So we're going to talk about it. And we're going to start with the D23 of the East Coast, Destination Disney.
Destination.
Yes. So let's go over some of the exciting things that were coming out as told by D23, the official Disney
What
fan club. What?
can
Oh,
I
you have something
can
to
I
say?
read?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
Go
just want
ahead.
to
Oh,
read it
please.
as.
Yes.
Oh, come
Are you
on.
ready? Yeah. See, he's not ready to read it. See, this is the problem.
I was ready, and then my computer started
this.
acting up.
This is exactly like the viewer, the listener. They are able to see exactly what I'm talking about. Like he says, "I'm
I
ready,"
don't like
and
you
then
right now.
he is not ready.
While
So
he's
to,
getting ready, I can say literally just yesterday they charged me my annual renewal for D23 Gold.
well, there you go. Like, yeah. I should probably be back in D23. I left because I got jaded.
I was trying to read what Ed wrote, because basically
Oh,
what they
yeah,
told us.
no. I'm going to read what. See, great minds think alike. The only problem is,
Okay.
I have it like ready on my phone. Like that's the difference.
That's
because,
great. That's great
like,
for you. That's,
I'm just
Good-
that's
saying.
good
great for
chat.
you. That's great for you. That's great for you.
I appreciate
That's great.
it. Thank
That's
you.
great for
Thank
you.
you for
Yeah,
saying.
that's great
thank
for you.
Thank you. Yep.
That's great
See,
for
this is
you.
what it's like to have.
That's
in case
great
you
for
didn't have
you.
siblings, that's what it's like to have siblings. All right, but let's go through this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
My
go through
brother
this.
and I are not like that with each other.
Just to reiterate, that's not the way my brother and I are. So, just putting that out there. There may be some dysfunction
I think it's just you,
in your
kid.
relationship.
Well,
all
you know
right.
what? We're opposite gender siblings, and I'm older.
Okay, so you're the Cameron in the relationship. That's what I'm understanding. Okay. All right, but let's go through some of the things that were announced at this celebration. So one of the things is the new Zootopia show will be at the Tree of Life Theater in Disneyland or in California Adventure. That's going to replace the Stuff to Be a Bug. New Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge. That's going to be coming to Magic Kingdom. We also
Get
have
yourself a
a
little
new
drank.
yeah, we have a new Country Bear Jamboree, which is long overdue for being replaced. If you have not seen
And a
that
new
show
name.
in a long time, that's
New
coming
name.
in
Sad.
2024.
New name
Nothing to
for
be sad about.
liver
We'll
lips.
get there. Um,
Boo.
new World Jump vehicle. This is one that was really confusing to me. I don't understand what this is. It's a World Jump vehicle coming to the Avengers campus in California. I really don't get it. It's going to incorporate the mightiest aspects of the Marvel Universe, such as the elements of Tony Stark's time suits, Zendarian jump points, Wakandan technology, etc. More details in the future. Test Track is again being reimagined, and so we'll see what they do the third time around for that ride. Dino Land USA is kind of being reimagined into Tropical Americas, kind of going to be more like an Encanto sort of land, taken away from the dinosaur ride. I really hope they keep the dinosaur ride. I really like that ride, but because I'm actually ready with certain things. Okay, I'm just gonna say that I like that ride, but because I'm ready with things.
I love that
Ed
ride.
actually
But
said,
I don't think they're gonna keep it.
hold on. But Ed said, and Ed's out. I don't know if I mentioned this. Ed is out for a back injury, so hopefully you took him off your fantasy roster and put Kristen in. Kristen was a game time decision,
Nah.
but came in. Ed
I
said,
was
so
a 50
do I
to
understand
1.
correctly?
You're paying out big.
He said, so do I understand correctly that the big news coming out of Destination D was that someday they plan on doing some stuff? Wow. Way to put
Uh-oh.
it right out there.
What?
So,
Hold on. Didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
We
you lost
are
me?
on our end. I think You are your fidelity is much lower than Cameron's on your film, like your view, and you're getting that
Oh,
like
yeah.
pause where it's like
See, it's good to have, Kristen here. Like, it's good to have somebody who will let me know things. And if you didn't listen to last week's show, or Cameron only said it because he heard you say it, Kristen. Like, last week, I was trying to make a point
he was
with
opening
audio.
his mouth before
It
I
was-
was.
It
I
was
just feel like
very
I'm always
important.
like
You could
sticking
not
up for Cameron.
you could not get the point without the right audio, and Cameron and Ed, I might add, both failed ridiculously in letting me know that they could not hear things. And so, yeah. Thank you for letting me know that, Kristen. I appreciate it. I'm going to read it one more time for the people in the back. Ed said, so do I understand correctly that the big news coming out of Destination D was that someday they plan on doing some stuff?
Oh no!
Oh, wait,
Way
it just
to put
did
it
it
right
again.
out there. It did again?
totally
It did it
did.
again? Oh. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Apparently, it doesn't want you to like recite like what Ed said.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And Cameron's not ready, so Kristen, you're our only hope. But I think it's actually the way I'm
Does
holding
Cameron,
my phone.
do you have that? I've got it. It's,
Okay. Now I have it.
Yeah, I want Kristen to read it.
All
I
right.
want Kristen to read it.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
look
sure you do.
Cameron's doing.
Nope.
He was looking.
Nope. It's okay.
Really?
Yep. Go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah. Go
Oh, this
Kristen.
is so sad. Okay, so we've been recording for how many minutes now? And 80% has been just like the pair of you. Okay,
It's been 8
so
minutes.
Ed said,
8 minutes.
so do I understand correctly that the big news coming out of Destination D was that someday they plan on doing some stuff? Wow, way to put it right out there.
See, Kristen got it done. Yeah, so based on this, the only thing that I could find a date for, actually there's two things. One is Country Bear Jamboree, and the other,
But that was just
Nope.
2024. Did they say early?
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's not a date. That's
a
just
new act in
A
2024.
year.
It's 2024. That's 12 months.
they said.
That's 12 months. Within
Tell me in
12 months.
2024. When?
Look,
2024.
out of everything you heard, one of those things is supposed to be done in 2024. That's what we know. So, Cameron, you know what? I'll start with you because you're so perfect. Tell me, what are you most excited about? What are you most disappointed with?
What am I most excited about? I would have to say I don't know if there's a whole lot that I'm super excited about. Because it's not okay. You got to think when it was D23, like regular D23, they said, "Oh, we're going to be doing this thing." Excuse me. Ooh, beyond Big Thunder Mountain, and we're going to do Encanto, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and then they're like, maybe we're going to do that. Maybe it's a possibility. We're really heavily, strongly considering it. And then you get to Destination D23, and they're like, guess what? Encanto in Magic Kingdom? Nope, we moved it. Now Encanto's going to be in Animal Kingdom. All right, we're going to put Encanto in Animal Kingdom. And the Zootopia, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna put it in Bug's Life. We're just gonna put it right in there with Bug's Life. And it's like, if you know what you're doing, then go ahead and say, hey, this is what we're doing, get excited. Not, hey, we might be doing this, just kidding, we changed our mind, we're gonna be doing this, because by next year, with D23, it's probably gonna be another, hey, you remember when we told you this, and then we changed it to this? Well, guess what? Okay, now, finally, we can announce we're doing this, this, and this. And that is absolutely not the way to go about things. Like,
But out of everything, you're
I
not
don't
excited about
like
anything?
it.
I'm glad that they have a meet and greet with Figment. Something concrete that we can hold on to. But really, everything else was just so vague that it's hard to get excited about. Hey, a new attraction is coming to Avengers Campus with this technology and Tony Stark and Wakandan technology, and it's gonna be cool. Okay. Yeah. All right, sure. Hey, we're gonna take Test Track and redo it, like think about how we had it, but better, but not how we have it now, but how we had it, but better. Yeah? Yeah?
I don't disagree
Like,
with you on that.
those are the way-
But go ahead.
That's how they did everything. So
Yeah.
it was like, how am I supposed to get excited about it? Because if I was excited about D23 and then I watched Destination D23, like, y'all changed from what you said that you were doing before, and you didn't even really say before that you were doing it. You were just like, hey, we might, maybe, could possibly do this. And then you said, hey, remember how we said we might, maybe, could possibly? Well, maybe, possibly could do them. We took out the might, maybe. And so I think I was listening to she's a former Imagineer, and she's like, I don't think people realize the amount of Imagineers that were let go from the company. And so Disney was already slow as molasses at getting stuff out. With the amount of Imagineers that they cut, she said that it was like easily 5 years before they could open up something like new. And so I get it, but don't dampen expectations before you have these things. Like, don't have people going in with hopes of hearing brand new this is coming, da 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 da. Just be like, hey, we're so excited. We got some meet and greets to announce with y'all, and have some fun with the Muppets just here in this space, not making any other Muppet announcements, just Muppets
I want to hear
singing.
from Kristen, because
It was so Muppet
Kristen
heavy.
hasn't had a chance. So Kristen, go ahead. Let's hear what you have to say.
So, anybody who knows Disney knows they're slow. And I don't know why we keep getting mad about, like, the timelines on things, aside from the fact that we're always mad about the timelines because they're so slow. They need to figure something out with their timelines. I'm not going to lie. I agree on that. Because Universal is building, like, an entire park. And they already opened up another whole new ride in the space and time where, like, we've gotten, nothing, honestly. But having said all of those things, if I'm looking at it from, like, another direction, what I see is they are in a weird spot right now. People are saying that they're not doing well, even though, how we talked about before, in reality they're actually doing fine, but capitalism. But they did just come off of, like, the entire, like, Chapek thing, and that did a lot of brand damage, right? So perhaps they are moving with more deliberate care and slowness, and last year's Blue Sky, like, they told us it was Blue Sky. I feel like they told us all of this stuff last year to get an idea of, like, so what of these things do people actually like? Like, what do people then get excited and start? Because obviously we're all going to be talking about it, right? We all talked about it last year. What were the things that everybody talked about last year after they made the announcements? And because it's free feedback for them, right? They don't have to pay to focus group or whatever. They don't have as many Imagineers as Cameron has pointed out. So they kind of can't get this wrong if you You know what I mean? Like, and by they can't get it wrong, I don't mean that they can't screw it up, because they absolutely can screw it up. They can't afford to screw it up. So they are being super extra careful to figure out what we as the consumers, the people who are Disney diehards, what we actually would be excited about doing. And that's what they're actually using us in real time for feedback. That's what I think is happening here. Because how long have people been saying you need to upgrade or do something with the Country Bears, right? So they're like, well, that's a low-hanging fruit. We can finally, like, get going on, which, let me please say, as a diehard old-school Country Bears fan, I was not one of the people who was saying that they should update the Country Bears. I like the idea. I understand that other people want it to be updated, and I would rather it be updated than to go away entirely, because I love the Country Bears. But I'm sad because my favorite song in there is "Every Man Who Turns Me On Turns Me Down." And we're not going to hear that anymore after this. That's actually coming, though. Even if they didn't give an actual date, they've already started their recording for the music, and they showed a vignette of them recording the music. So that's actually happening.
They're not
the
changing
rest of
it.
the stuff,
Go ahead.
I mean, the some of the stuff still sounds very blue sky-ish, but it sounds like they have narrowed down on some stuff. So the whole thing with them, like, I feel like they heard people like Zootopia, but a lot of people don't like Zootopia in Animal Kingdom because they think it goes against the idea of Animal Kingdom. So that's kind of maybe why they did what they did there. They're like, oh wait, no, we can't put Zootopia there. People are gonna complain and be mad about that. So I feel like they're actually listening to us all of a sudden. But we are us, so we hate everything they do. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Look, I'm going to be the optimist in this whole thing, and I'm going to say I actually am very excited about if the things that could potentially come to fruition. Like if the Encanto, land comes to fruition, they're not going to keep the dinosaur ride, but if they don't keep the dinosaur ride, I hope they just don't reskin it. I hope they completely gut it, do something different with it. Maybe it's something with the doors. I know they're gonna reskin it, but I really hope if you're listening, Disney, Bob, please just do not reskin that ride. Just totally let them have some blue sky stuff. Not
our Dino.
I love Dino. Like, I like the
I do
idea
too.
of.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm gonna be so sad.
A Pirates of the Caribbean place, right? If there like is a place where they're drowning somebody when you walk in the door, and they're like, "Don't tell them, Carlos." Like, isn't that what we all want when we walk into Disney? Like, that could be like the Mater D station, right? Like, you walk in, they're like, "Do you have a reservation?" And like, like, I'm just saying, all of that sounds really cool to me. It sounds really cool. The thing I'm most disappointed about is the thing that y'all are both touching on, which is this idea of they released too much too soon. I've seen Disney make this mistake time and time again. They release blue sky ideas and they end up disappointing the fans. I know it's like a free, I completely agree with you, Kristen. It is a free focus group and all of that stuff, but basically what you put in the minds of the fans is that you're unreliable. And when you take as long as Disney takes to do things, it puts into your mind exactly what Ed said. Like, hey, you're gonna do some stuff when y'all know I love talking about Dollywood. I went to Dollywood in 2022, 2021, sometime. At some time I went to Dollywood, and they were like, we're building a new hotel and we're building a new part of the park. It's like, cool. 4 years, we'll be back. There'll be a new hotel, new part of the park. Awesome. That fall, the next year, in the fall, I got an email. Hey, our new hotel's open. Our new part of the park is open. I was like, What do you
And
mean? Like, is
here-
that even safe? Like,
the the problem that Disney has is at D23. I remember people were kind of confused, and I forgot who said it. It may have been, I don't think it was Josh D'Amaro, but somebody was like, "Hey guys, this isn't just blue sky stuff. Like this is real legit." Like, and I'm like, if it was real legit, you would say, "Hey, this is what we're doing, and here's more concept stuff about it." I think the other bad thing for Disney is the international parks, because the stuff that the international parks are doing and the way that they like Shanghai has
Fire.
already had like 2 expansions, like, and Shanghai opened in 2016,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
here you have, hey, yeah, this is Disney too. I mean, deep Disney people know that it's licensed and whatever, but they're doing Disney better than Disney does Disney. And so now you have this thing of like, hey, I see them. You're talking about, oh, Frozen is opening over here. Oh, this Peter Pan land and da 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 da. Oh, you're opening Zootopia thing over here. Oh, you did this over here. Oh, that's cool. I probably will never go there, but yeah,
Right.
cool. Thank you for doing all that stuff
It's for
over
your
there. And so they're
grandchildren,
like,
Cameron.
what? Well, and it's like they're putting all of this stuff out there, and I saw the videos with Josh D'Amaro and like, oh, look at this Coco restaurant that we're doing and all this stuff, and I was like, where is international? And so they're thinking of like, oh look, we're doing all this stuff, and it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
The what is it? The
Yeah.
Oriental Land Company, like they are doing a lot. Good for them.
In Tokyo, anyway. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, at the one hand, I kind of feel for Disney. I feel like they need to get stuff out there because their competition is becoming so increasing. Like, and again, it's not just Universal. I was talking with one of my friends, and he took his daughter to Disney last year, and it was a daddy-daughter thing and all this stuff. And he asked me this year, he was like, okay, well, the wife gave me a couple thousand that I can spend and take the daughter on a daddy-daughter thing. I'm not going back to Disney. Like, I'm going to go somewhere else. We're going to go, all this stuff. He's like, he asked me, he lives in D.C., and he was like, hey, I live in North Carolina. Is there anything near you where I could go and just spend some money, spend some time, and all that stuff? I, of course, recommended the Outer Banks. That is North Carolina's one of our things is the Outer Banks. So. But yeah, like Disney is losing the competition, and you can see it in the park numbers. Don't take it from me, take it from the numbers that they're seeing in the parks. And I'm just going to be very interested to see how this next quarter for Disney goes. That's
Oh
this
my
Christmas,
gosh.
this Thanksgiving. That is going to tell us how Disney
saw
is doing,
discounts.
how the parks are doing, and what people think about it. Really?
That's what I was
saw
thinking. Jason told
discounts
me.
for the Christmas.
And they were advertising them hard during the
Yes.
football games.
I
That's
was
what
like,
Jason.
Wow.
discounts during Christmas?
Yeah.
Wow. In case you're new to this whole Disney thing, Disney closes its parks reliably during one day of the year. You know it's going to happen. You can set your watch by it, and that is Christmas Day. Disney is at its busiest during 1 week of the year, and that is the week between Christmas and New Year's. If you ever want to actually go to Disney, I've always told everybody I made the mistake once of
That is
being
not
in
when.
Disney World at Christmas,
Christmas.
and that will never happen again.
Guess
So,
who's doing it this year? We were like, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it just one time at least and see. You gotta do it. We're trying to
No,
make some
yeah.
new holiday for
Not doing that again.
tradition.
not absolutely not. So yeah, so if they're discounting Christmas, things are bad. Things are worse than
And maybe we'll have a
I
great
imagined.
time.
Well,
Kristen, like,
and
for
here's the
real, I
other-
really want you to like take some video or something like that for Christmas, because I really want to see what it was like. That's when they closed. They literally closed Magic Kingdom, and I think they got cocky because remember back in spring, they were closing parks and they were like, "We're at capacity. Look at us. We're doing so well." That's what happens when you gut people.
And I think one of the other things to look at is is it that they're not doing well? Because there's some people who go and they're like, there's still a lot of people here. And then you see all the discounts and stuff that they offer. And so you're like, okay, what is it? Like, is there a number that they're trying to reach that they just can't reach it? Or like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Well, when I was there, gosh, February. When I was there in February, touring plans said it was a 6 on both days, and it did not feel like a 6. It didn't feel
What
like
did it
more.
feel like?
Is what I'm saying. It felt like a 4, 5 maybe.
Wow.
But it didn't feel like a 6 certainly. So that is really deep down the rabbit hole. So I'm going to close off that one.